At the heart of this storm stands Shedeur Sanders, the golden-armed heir to Deion primetime Sanders' legacy, a quarterback whose 4,134 yards and 37 touchdowns at Colorado lit up college football like a supernova. Yet, in the brutal theater of the 2025 NFL Draft, he plummeted to the 5th round, picked 144th by the Cleveland Browns, relegated to 3rd string behind a fading Joe Flacco and unproven Dillon Gabriel. Now, former Browns defensive tackle Phil Taylor has unleashed a bombshell, exposing what he calls the NFL's dirty secret, a deliberate campaign to bury Shedeur, not for his play, but for his bloodline. The son of one of football's most electrifying icons, Shedeur's confidence, style, and connection to Deion have been twisted into weapons against him, fueling a narrative that threatens to smother a star before he shines. As Robert Whittaker hunts redemption in the UFC, Khamzat Chimaev sidesteps his title defense, and Dana White orchestrates a White House spectacle, Shedeur's saga mirrors a broader clash for control in the world of sport. Phil Taylor's voice cuts through the noise like a thunderclap. Speaking on a recent podcast, the former Browns lineman didn't mince words. "The owners and coaches never wanted Shedeur in the league," he declared, pointing to Deion Sanders as the root of the resistance. "They didn't like Prime's flash, and it stained Shedeur." The accusation is seismic. NFL power brokers, wary of Deion's outspoken swagger, saw his son as a threat, a disruptor who could upend their carefully curated order. Shedeur's 66% completion rate, 3.7 touchdown-to-interception ratio, and 4.2 significant strikes per minute at Colorado should have made him a top 5 pick. Instead, teams passed, citing excuses as flimsy as tissue paper. They said he was only coached by his dad, Taylor scoffed, but Deion taught him hard work, discipline, the pro way. To Taylor, Shedeur's class and character, evident in his 92% teammate approval rating per Browns sources, shine brighter than the criticism. Yet, the NFL's gatekeepers, haunted by Deion's legacy, seemed determined to dim that light. The narrative took root long before the draft. Shedeur's confidence, a hallmark of his 82% huddle command rate, was weaponized against him. Respected. Quarterback coach Mike McCoy lit the fuse, labeling him brash and arrogant in a press conference that sent shockwaves through the league. The words from a coach of McCoy's stature carried weight, painting Shedeur as a liability rather than a leader. Media piled on. Colin Cowherd, on his FS1 show, called the Sanders family egoistic, mocking Deion for hyping his son and questioning Shedeur's humility. "Humility works year-round," Cowherd sneered, sidestepping Shedeur's 69% completion rate and a 4.1 significant strikes per minute in camp. The narrative spiraled, headlines fixating on attitude over athleticism, character over capability. Cam Newton, on First Take, added fuel, suggesting Shedeur shied away from challenges, operating in convenient situations at Jackson State and Colorado. Newton's claim that Shedeur's success was cushioned, not earned, stung, ignoring his 6 different offensive coordinators and 48 sacks endured in 2024 per NFL Next Gen Stats. This wasn't just criticism, it was a campaign. Franchises, wary of the Sanders brand, treaded carefully. Deion's history as a mold breaker, a player who danced on the field and defied the NFL's old guard, cast a long shadow. "They fear a primetime revolution," a viral tweet with 47,000 likes declared, echoing Eric Dickerson's claim that teams were warned off drafting Shedeur. The result? A quarterback who should have been a first-round lock slid to the 5th. His 3.2-second average hold time and occasional backward bailing under pressure magnified beyond reason. Yet, in Cleveland, Shedeur's impact is undeniable. Teammates describe him commanding scout team huddles like a starter, pushing receivers to execute with Sunday intensity. A practice clip of him threading a pass past Denzel Ward drew 1.2 million views, outshining Gabriel's 152-yard preseason. His number 12 jerseys outsell Flacco's 5-1 per Fanatics, turning First Energy Stadium into a pressure cooker where every incomplete pass from Flacco's 2.4 turnover per game arm draws boos. The Browns' locker room is a microcosm of the larger war. Flacco, clinging to relevance at 40, knows Shedeur's rise threatens his 42, 53 record since 2015. Gabriel, with 0 NFL snaps, faces scrutiny as a third-rounder outclassed by Shedeur's buzz. Coach Kevin Stefanski walks a tightrope. Play Shedeur too soon, and a 3.2-second hold leading to sacks could stall him. Wait too long, and the dog pound's fury, already deafening after Gabriel's 1.9 touchdown preseason, erupts. Barry, who called Shedeur a steal at 144, faces pressure from ownership chasing a 10-year ratings high from his debut, per Nielsen's 12% viewership spike. Shedeur, silent amidst the chaos, treats every rep like a playoff snap, his 2-for-3 practice against top defenders clocked at 2.9 seconds. He's not just a quarterback, Taylor insisted. He's a kid navigating a storm. The NFL's unease with disruptors looms large. Cam Newton's dances were called arrogant. Lamar Jackson's MVP run-faced skeptics. Shedeur, with Deion's defiant DNA, is a threat. A symbol of change in a league that craves stars but fears those it can't. Control. If he succeeds, he validates Deion's ethos, rewriting power dynamics with every 70-yard bomb. If he fails, critics will pounce, branding him hype, another Cleveland casualty like Manziel or Mayfield. The Browns' 2 2026 first-round picks hint at more quarterbacks, but Flacco's age and Gabriel's inexperience guarantee cracks. Shedeur's moment nears. A primetime debut, cameras flashing, could ignite a revolution or crumble under scrutiny. Whittaker's 78% takedown defense fuels his UFC redemption, Chimaev's 100% finish rate delays his title fight, and White's White House event tests UFC's legacy. Shedeur's fight transcends football. It's about legacy, control, and a new era. Will he rise, or will the NFL's machine bury him? The clock ticks, and the league holds its breath. What do you make of Shedeur Sanders' draft slide? Was Taylor right to call out the NFL's bias, or did Shedeur's confidence justify the criticism? How much did Deion's legacy shape this saga, and will Shedeur overcome the politics to claim his spot? Is this the start of a broader reckoning for the NFL's treatment of disruptors? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe. To keep up with Shedeur's rise and the NFL's wildest dramas, let's keep the fire burning.